de Belén, ¿no? Creo que es el de Belén.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, we have been a bit slow. Sorry, we are trying to organize and coordinate everything.
Y luego. So good morning, all. It is my pleasure to be here. My name is Mónica Sanzo, and I am the Director of International Relations in the Spanish Standardization Body, which is the Spanish member of ISO. I have some welcome notes. I'm going to be fast in order to start with all these interesting presentations. So I would like to thank all the representatives of all the countries that are here, governments, academia, standardization bodies, European Commission, SMEs representatives, and many others that are here. More than 20 centuries ago, Malaga was the first city pioneering the Industrial Revolution in Spain, establishing factories and using natural resources. Nowadays, Malaga holds an outstanding level of ranking in the technological parks all over the world due to the progress they made in technology, research, innovation, transfer of knowledge, and building partnerships. These values are also key pillars for the standardization activities that many of you developed. I would like to thank Malaga TechPark for hosting this technical ISO meeting. A special thanks to Belén, to Lourdes, to Carolina, and all of you here today for support.
La gente de se está escuchando. No lo sé. Se está escuchando. La gente no me escucha, mira el chat, mira el chat. Ya, ya, ya. No se escucha, no se escucha. ¿Qué hacen? No se escucha bien.
See how they grow up, how they achieve their dreams, and how I can help them do that. So all the best.
Thank you, sorry. Next one, it is from Finland, Irina. No?
Okay, should I get up? I'm a little bit, I wasn't expected to say anything. So Irina Finkbaum is my name, coming from Germany, working for TÜV Nord and currently introducing the Mirror Committee of Germany, which is in the Dean. Experience innovation manager, innovation researcher. So I'm contributing to the multiple standards here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From Spain, Susana Rodriguez.
Hello, everyone, and very happy to be here today. My name is Susana Rodriguez. I am from the National Standards Body, Spanish Standards Body, UNE. I am very new to this committee, and I come from industry. I am CEO of a company that is developing solutions for with Web3 technology, blockchain technology, and I am very interested in discussing with you today and in the coming days the possibilities that a small SME has in such a big organization such as ISO. Thank you.
Thank you. From Costa Rica, Catherine.
Hello, everyone. This is my first time here, so I will be asking a lot of questions. My name is Catherine Morales. I come from the Costa Rican body of normalization as well, but I come from the industry just like Susana. So my company's name is actually, I don't work for the entity that I represent. I'm a volunteer as an expert in the experts committee. My company is Innovation Made Clear, and we do change management for all the industries to transition into, not just the standardization itself. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you. From USA, Harlan.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for hosting and thank you for such a warm welcome. Harlan Bennett, Vice Chair of the U.S. Technical Committee, here for the ability to help bring together the importance of innovation, data, and agility. Personally have found that that is where most innovation is either successful or fails. So the company that I founded has been all about helping to bring those three avenues together in a way that you can make innovation repeatable and more successful, less risky over time. So thank you all.
Thank you. From Italy, Cesara is here.
Thank you. I am delighted to be here. Thank you for hosting this excellent event. My name is Cesara Pasini. I'm representing UNI, the Italian standardization body. I decided to join this committee 5 years ago, just as a reward to the society of my 40 years experience in information technology and innovation management. I'm a management consultant, and currently I am the chair of the working group in SEN for innovation management professional. And again, thank you very much for organizing such a big event.
Thank you. From Portugal, Jorge Joao.
Olá, buenos dias, good morning. So I'm Jorge João Antunes. I'm coming from Portugal, Instituto Português da Qualidade. I'm here for three main things. One is to participate. The second one is to learn with everyone. And the third one is to network and contribute to something new. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have from France, Johan Claire?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, good.
Sorry. It's coming.
Yeah?
Oh, sorry. I miss you. So sorry. It's the boss. Oh my God.
Hi, sorry, just, I had myself as the flight was just this morning for me. Johan Claes, I'm the chair of the ISO committee and flying from France, but representing the ISO community here.
Thank you. From USA, Ricardo. Do we have Ricardo?
Buenos días, gracias por tenernos aquí a nosotros. Les doy Málaga, por lo que veo, es no solo lo bonito de las playas y de la parte del turismo, sino este ecosistema que ustedes tienen es una cosa fantástica y yo tenía que venir a verlo. Yo soy, well, I'm going to go in English now. Okay. So, so I'm the chairman for the US team representing ANSI for TC279, for Technical Advisor Group, the TC279. There's three areas here that we really want to bring out. One is ecosystems, innovation ecosystems, which is very much down the objectives of the Malaga Tech, and portfolio management. Nobody's mentioned that, okay? But portfolio management is really at the heart of the innovation, how you manage innovation. And then there's other things that are going on. There's these are new perspectives. We have SME, and we have other areas that we're going to be getting into. So again, thanks again.
Thank you. From USA, Anika.
Thank you. So my name is Dr. Annika Steiber. I'm an American European citizen, so I represent both perspectives. I think it's pretty important because they are pretty different. I have been devoted my life, more or less, the last 20 years plus for innovation management. I started already in the 1990s with developing the 9001. Then later 56002 was part of the Swedish team at that time. Then when I moved over, and there the alarm went, yeah. Okay, that was the beep.
Time alarm.
Yeah,
Time
exactly.
Alarm.
And today I live in Silicon Valley. So I've been studying a lot the Silicon Valley and also other regional ecosystems like Chinese regional system. So today I'm part of ANSI and I'm developed the 56001 together with a lot of colleagues here, with Andrew, that was head of that. And today I'm the project leader of 56012 innovation ecosystem. which was an idea that sprang from the development work of 56001, because that is an innovation management system for one organization. And we need one also for ecosystems.
Thank you. From United Kingdom, Andrew.
Andrew Stanton. I come from the world of intellectual property, and many years ago, I researched the effect of patents on the innovation process at a time when innovation management was very little more than just the innovation funnel. The discipline has come a long way since then, and I now have the pleasure of convening the Working Group 1, which is responsible for the innovation management system. Thank you very much for hosting us this week. It's a pleasure to be with you here in this magnificent science park or tech park. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have Jose Antonio from Spain?
Not
No.
yet.
Okay, and from Italy, Per Giuseppe?
Not yet.
No. From Hungary, Laszlo?
Yes.
Thank you, Belen. I think you are the very big hospitality that I felt here. I'm from Hungary. My name is Laszlo Személyi. I'm also an innovation consultant, like many of us, involved in international projects, but sometimes also with the national bodies in Hungary. And I joined the team working on the 56012 because it connects to the fact that I'm back at school again for 2 years now. I'm doing a PhD in innovation management, and I'm focusing on the external business environment of innovation. I'm very curious what I can learn here.
So thank you so much. Now you know very well all the members of the working group. I'm missing somebody?
Yes, you missed the last but not the least, which is Art coming from Canada.
Okay, great.
And I would like to give the floor, Art. We have 1 minute, please introduce.
Hi, my name's Art Jeppard. I'm from Canada. I'm a senior elder, hereditary grand chief of the Nishnawbe Nation, and also the senior justice on the Alliance of Indigenous Nations in our judicial system. Our main concern is that 30,000 years ago, we had technology at our ancient sites that we're not sure that we can mimic it today. In the last centuries, we've managed to have greater accomplishments in the last 100 years. In the last 10 years, we've accomplished what we did in the last 100 years. And the next 2 years in AI and innovation, we are going to make dramatic changes. And the concern I have is that we do no harm.
Thank you so much. So now I think it is the time to give the floor to this interesting table, to this panel that we have. They are going to show you how was the process to create this fantastic technological park that we have here in Spain, in Malaga. I hope it could be really inspiring information for all the working group members in order to develop a great standard to be used all over the world. Thank you so much. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Welcome all to Malaga TechPark. We're just on time, I think. Okay, 10:15. So we will start. You speakers, you have your time, please, because there are many things we would like to share with you. Okay, so Felipe Romera, Director General of Malaga TechPark, is going to introduce our ecosystem.
Morning again. I'm very surprised and very happy to see you. This extraordinary ISO delegation here. We are very happy. If you can show you many years of history of this park, how during these almost 40 years, we are trying to improve and develop an ecosystem, innovation ecosystem here in Malaga. I always remember that at the beginning, at the beginning of the 90s, OECD developed one study. It was the time where science and technology part started in Europe. And the conclusion of this study of OECD was that in the south, in the low development region, was not possible to develop a science part, a technology part. That's the time where we started, because the regional government here in Andalusia, Junta Andalucía, contract a feasibility study in order to decide where must develop a technology park in the region. The conclusion was that the best location were here in the city of Malaga. And Malaga, the city selected this area. This area is a big area, around 200 hectares, not so near the center of the city. Is more or less 15 kilometers. And in this area, we start to develop this technology park. In 1998 was the first agreement between regional government and the city in order to develop this technology park. And in 1989, with the foundation also the Spanish Association of Science Park, the APTE, where this Science Park, Technology Park, was joined to this association that time, because before that, in 1990 was the year in where was constituted the management company Parque Tecnológico Andalucía, Sociedad Anónima, where was the management company that take care of the park. I think in order you can understand how in a low development region was possible to start to develop the science park, one key issue, that's my feeling, because that time I was the director of the research and development laboratory that Fujitsu has here in Malaga, in the factory that also Fujitsu, electronic factory that also Fujitsu has here. In this laboratory, more than 120 engineers were working in the best technologies that we are developing that time. We are using the microprocessor of Intel. Before that, this microprocessor were in the market. We developed also microelectronics, packet switching. I explain this because we have here there 130 engineers that also this year, Fujitsu bought ICL. ICL was the main company of informatic company in Europe that more than 1,000 people. And this group of a small group of research and development was not the future in these new programs of Fujitsu. That's the reason, because when we start the park, we have skilled people here, very skilled people from the technology point of view. And I say that because I think is one of the most important issues in order to understand how we can develop this technology park in the low development region that in that time was Malaga. In 1988, we start the urban development start that time. We invest in the development of this park more than 31 million euros, where more or less half of them are paid from EU in the funds that EU has here in Andalusia. And was in 1992 when this park was opening. At the end, 9th of December of 1992, that time we have in the park only 8 companies. The park was moved. I like very much to explain regarding innovation wave. One of the key issues of the park is that we follow what happened in the world, not only here in Malaga. And we follow the innovation wave that we have in the world. This innovation wave from 1992 to 2007 we showed different ways in where we can to start to develop this park. For instance, in 1995, here in 1996 where International Association of Science Park, ISP, was established his headquarters in Malaga. But this was a call for all the parks in the world, that's called in Beijing in 1995, in order to select one place for the headquarters, and Malaga gains. Gains for many reasons, because we compete with Amsterdam, with Paris, with Sydney, and really that time gains, and gains because we thought that time that was possible that also in Malaga was that time very tourist site, very well known for European people, but not only tourists, because in that time we offered that the connection on Malaga was in the center if you are connected through internet that time, started internet, where you can see if you are outside the center, you are not in the center, you can develop like if you were in the center. Was an extraordinary reason because from that time, the headquarters of the International Association of Science Park was here, and they give us a lot of good sensation, and all the world show that Malaga is an excellent place regarding to develop a technology park. Really, we open also the park to another important issue. The land of the park belongs to the company that we manage the park, but we open to the private sector in order they can help us to invest in buildings and another thing inside the park. So from that time, technology park was a mix between public and private sector, and also I think was an important issue in order to accelerate the development of the park. 2000 was a very special issue for the development of the park. Was the internet boom? Probably many of you remember that time when appeared a lot of companies that grow a lot and also fail in a very short time. But for us, it was very important because arrival national, regional tech companies, mainly because we have in the park excellent telecommunication. When we start to develop the park, where is a special issue that everybody says to develop a technology park, there is some specific things. One is you are very close to a city, not so big, not so small. You must have an international airport, and also on a specific thing. I don't know exactly why, but said that you must have inside the park fiber optic, many fiber optic. Was a fail for us because when we start the park, this fiber optic was for nothing. It was not because company request a telephone and no fiber optics, but however, many years later, 8 years later, was one of the most key issues in order to increase and develop the park. Because that time in 2000, we have an exceptional high-speed internet here when outside the park was not in the same way. That's the reason because many international companies and also national and regional companies arrived to the park because we have fiber optics. Fiber optics means high-speed internet. In 2008, I think it's 2008, the Spanish Association of Science Park APTE also, the headquarters locates in this park. This is the only park in the world that the National Association and the Global Association of Science Park are in the park. It's an open way in order to establish relationship between different parts, not only from Spain and also from the world. I remember that I studied this phenomenon in order to define that one innovation ecosystem must be connected, not isolated, because my feeling, I knew that many international, many science parks in the world are very isolated in his own innovation ecosystem. However, in this part, from that time till now, was an open, connected ecosystem with the different science part, technology part, not only in Spain, also in the world. I think that the reason because I say that it's the only park in the world. It's the only one, and was very important in order to define the management of our innovation ecosystem. And 2007 was very important to the park also, because a local bank, a national bank called Unicaja, was into the board of directors, and the share is like a stakeholder with 15% of the shares of the company. It means it's the first time that the public company that we represent with 100% of the shares in public hands introduced the private sector inside the park. So that time, 2007, we have almost 500 companies, near 14,000 people. It was at the end on 2007. The second innovation wave was very curiously, because everybody knows that from 2007, 2008 till 2013-14 was a very important financial crisis that affected in one way to the park, because that time was terrible for the park, because we lose more than 3,000 people workers in the park. However, appears new wave, new things regarding this innovation wave, but was very close to not the technology, was innovation, because many big companies shows in the park an opportunity to develop new ways to manage his own company using innovation in this way. That's the reason, because big companies, very big companies like Oracle or OP Plus was probably the most important startup in Europe, because it started in 2007, and in a very short time, it was a company with more than 2,000 people. Really is a service company that manage the BBVA bank, all their operation. It was really very important. Also, a new thing that happens is that this, not only the research and development people from Fujitsu, but another people comes from the university or from another company, they create here in the park a startup company, a spin-off companies, as we say, where these companies were very technological, with a high level of technology, very high level of technology. However, they have not so money to develop their own operation. It was very terrible, because it was in the worldwide excellent companies, they are very cheap for big companies in order to buy this. That's the reason, because, for instance, Ericsson bought Optimi. Optimi was a startup here in the park. Agilent Technologies acquires Ethic for Wireless, and also a startup in the park. This comes from Fujitsu people, and also Google acquires Virus Total, also was a startup developed here in the park regarding cybersecurity. That the way in which a small startup created in the park was the focus of the reason, because multinational companies arrived to the park because bought these companies. It was really very specific things that mark the philosophy or the most important sense in which this innovation ecosystem was developing. In 2011, appears Malaga University like a shareholder of the park. This is a key issue, because from the beginning, now we have here Javier Lopez that can explain more in detail that things regarding Malaga University. But from the beginning, the relationship with Malaga TechPark and the university was very good. They are in different moments in where the relationship with the university and the park increase a lot this relationship. But in 2011, they joined to the board of directors of Technology Park. By that time, the park in 2014, we have near 600 companies, 15,500 employees, more than 3,000 new jobs, and TechPark contribute to the 7% of the GDP and 1.5% of the GDP of the Malaga GDP, the province of Malaga, 1.5% of the regional Andalusia GDP. When the crisis, financial crisis ends, appear in new park. From 2015 to 2020, develop a new park very close related with innovation to the digital technologies. Digital technologies is the issue. And so regarding that, many startup, mainly startup, European startups arrival to the park because here we have created an excellent innovation ecosystem because we have a lot of people working in software development, something like that. From that time, the focus was very close related to AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and big data. Regarding blockchain, really we have a value because we thought that time that Malaga we have an opportunity to develop a blockchain in a very leading edge. However, we failed that because at the beginning we pushed a lot of our effort to develop blockchain. However, was not a success for us. I want to say that many of the things that we develop in the park are failed. Many. This is an example, but not the only one. Almost all. However, we select opportunities, and with the fail, we learn a lot in order to look for the right way. That is the very specific issue in which we can develop this technology part and this innovation ecosystem. Very close regarding with the relationship with university, 2015 was and also a key issue because we launched the Green Ray. The Green Ray is a building that we develop not in this park, in this area. We went to the university campus to develop a building, was built for the park, but where we miss relationship between the companies of the park and also university. And we develop in this building mainly a startup ecosystem from the point of view of the park, international companies, and from the Malaga University view, like a startup that come from the pupils of the professor of the university. At 2020, before the pandemic, we have in the park 2,024 companies, more than 20,000 employees, and of course was at that time very well known in Spain regarding a specific place where happen things that in another place don't happen. But if I want to say, it's terrible thing that I want to explain you, but everybody will remember COVID. COVID was terrible. The pandemic was really very, very terrible for us. However, for the park was very, very important because we look for opportunities. We have new opportunities in the change and the improve our innovation ecosystem. Was very important because during pandemic we create Malaga TechPark 6, and now Pablo is here on the table, can explain you in detail what means that. But it's the issue that I was look for from the beginning of the park. And we necessary 30 years or more and a pandemic in order that we can put in value the relationship between the companies of the park and really was very, very important. Also, in 2020, we changed the brand of our park. The park was named for the beginning, Parque Tecnológico de Andalucía, Andalusian Technology Park, but we changed in a new brand, Malaga TechPark, that offered a clear idea that where is the park and what means in the international environment. Also, during pandemic in Malaga area was very important because during 2020 and 2021, more than 40,000 residents increased the population of the Malaga province. And I say by myself, because this information is not in the statistic, but I say many of these people are teleworkers, many, I'm sure that. So this was very, very important in order to see the relationship of the companies of the park with the new residents, skilled people that in some ways help to the development of the growth of the companies of the park. Because it's not difficult to look for people here because we have a lot of people, skilled people around in the province around the park. Also, another important issue is the 25% of the total employment of the comes from the foreign companies. We have 10% of the total companies of the park are foreign companies. However, the 35% of the total employment is located in this foreign company. But another issue, very important issue, and later can see more information because the person that was in charge of this presentation is not possible for him to attend this meeting. We launched Instituto Ricardo Valle Innovación, Innova ERB. It's the first time that the big companies of the park work together in the creation of a foundation to develop innovation project joined with universities, mainly with Malaga University, but with others. This is a new way to see the innovation also in the country, also in Spain, because the idea of the technology transfer from the science to the companies was not very successful in Spain, and they say not only in Spain, also in many places in the world. However, in that time, with this foundation, we want that there was the companies these companies define the projects to join, to develop together, not for project for a company, no, common projects for companies that work together in developing this project with the university. I think also this is a very specific issue of the innovation ecosystem of the park. Also, 2020 was a date very important for the park because that time many international companies showed to the world that they opened places, innovation places in Malaga and in the park. Google that bought Virus Total 10 years before. However, in 2023, it was opened the Europe First Security Engineering Center in Malaga. And also Vodafone launched Malaga Innovation Hub also in 2023. But that time also another big company arrivals to the park, Capgemini in 2022, and Entity Data in 2022, Mercedes-Benz 2024. And probably one of the most important issues is that in that time, and here is Javier, that I think was now a speaker regarding that, the Malaga University create first time, I think the first time in Spain at least, open Human Tech Office in Málaga, que es a commitment for the Malaga TechPark Innovation Ecosystem was created in 2024. The idea is how Malaga University not only works in research and development, also in innovation. Innovation means also in cooperation with the companies. If you see all these things that was explained, in this moment we see the future in the same position. Now we have 720 companies in the park, more than 28,000 professionals. It represents that we have a new data, but we're not possible to give you now because it was not published yet. But our last data was that the GMP of the Malaga city, 22% of Malaga city, is very close related by PTA and by Malaga TechPark, and also 8% of the regional GDP also comes from the Malaga TechPark. And our target for next future is that we have a plan to expand that the park. He said 40,000 professionals, but I think my feeling is at least 50,000 professionals in next future. If you ask me when, I can say that I don't know, but I'm sure that they're going to arrive. Also, we have opened the park to another things. Next September, we open a co-living solution in order people, a professional can live here inside the park. We have now, this is with 2,000 rooms for 200 rooms for people to live. And also, in this park, we look in our innovation ecosystem, we look the park not only a park with one location. We are in this moment looking for another places we call enclaves, where we have relationship with another innovation company outside the park. We have in this moment different enclaves. It's very important because one way we are open. Also, we are develop in this moment in new urban area, new inside the park, where we can have more than 70 hectares more in order to increase. And we see the park in this next future mix industrial companies, the new industrial companies, no the old, with the also buildings for offices. We saw all this joint, we see in this moment a joint in this new area, in the expansion, not only in the enclaves, also inside the park. Probably in this moment, I think that this innovation ecosystem, after I can explain all these things, now we are in a new way. New way is called IMEC. IMEC, probably many of you will know or not, but IMEC is the first research and development center in the world, very close to microelectronics. And we think with this pillar, we are now developing a new park very close to microelectronics, not only digital technologies. Now is the key issue, the park, but open a new one in the next 3 or 4 years, very close to microelectronics. I think this is a very, very important issue for the park. And like you can see, our dream come true. But really, not only our dream, we hope that we can improve and improve and improve this innovation ecosystem in order to be the capacity to increase till 50,000 people working here in the park. And we hope that the Malaga area, province, Malaga can increase in mainly in new possibilities. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Felipe. Now, Sonia Paloma, who is our Director of International Projects, is going to have the word.
Hello. Hello, good morning, and welcome again to this park. It's a pleasure for me to share with you the international way that the park has been developing during the last 25 years. It is a strategy that it is not only the vote for the park itself, but for the company that we have inside the park. Just three slides to show you what we are doing in this sense. The first one is this one, global networks. We work, we participate and we coordinate some networks. The ISP, the International Association of Science Parks and Areas of Innovation, that Felipe has already talked about it. And you will have tomorrow the opportunity to have a great explication of the network, but it is a network that was created in 1984. It is composed of 350 parks in almost 80 countries all around the world. And its headquarters is in this park, and in fact, it is in the same building like we are. We have an active cooperation with this network, and inside the network, they have some sub-networks, and we are coordinating the blockchain sub-network that tries to develop within this technology between all the parks. The second one, the European Regions Research and Innovation Network. It's a very important network for us. Because it is based in Brussels, in fact, at the headquarters of the European Commission, and it is composed of 125 stakeholders, regional stakeholders, and these networks allows us to be in contact with those stakeholders of the countries that belong to the European Commission. The third one, the Ibero-American Network of Science and Technology Parks. It is a network that it is coordinated by us with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the national government of Spain through the Ibero-American General Secretariat, that is an institution that is managing the innovation in the 22 countries of Latin America. In this network, what we do is to work between parks and governments of those countries. We are in fact working with 30 parks and of Latin American with 30 governments. And what we try is to work with companies and academic groups and to push the cooperation between them. Well, the Moroccan network of technology parks, we work a lot with Africa, but especially with Morocco, and now we are a part of this network that is composed of 8 parks, and we are trying to push the cooperation from our companies with them. The Association of Science Parks and Technology Parks of Spain, which is based here in this park, as Felipe told as well before, and you will have tomorrow the presentation, but it's created at the end of the 80s. It is an association that has around 60 companies, and the park is a part of it. The Peninsular Open Innovation Network, it is coordinated by us with the University of Malaga, and it is a network that promotes the cooperation between parks and universities from Portugal. We have 10 pairs of university and parks, and since 15 years, it was created 15 years ago, we are coordinating this network. EPAIL, which is the electronic platform for learning in Europe, is a European community created by the European Commission, by which we belong to promote the innovation training. It is based in Brussels as well. And as we are developing some European programs with the Erasmus calls, we try to promote the training in this network. And finally, we belong as well to the European Green Hydrogen Alliance that is based in Brussels as well. And it has around 2,000 members that are working within the clean technologies. Second one, the Joint International Strategy Group. It is a tool. It is a group of 18 members, 18 institutions that promotes, and we work all together in order to promote the international way of the province of Malaga. It was created 15 years ago, and as I said, it's an informal group composed by the municipality of Malaga, the university, the Chamber of Commerce, companies association, the regional government as well, and the national government as well inside this group. And we try each 3 months, we have a meeting in which we try to develop all together the international projects of the province. Yes. Yes, sí, será mejor. We are trying to. No. This one. No, the other one. The other one. La siguiente. Esa. Well, in line to the European Commission guidelines, we work with our companies. So the internationalization strategy is made for the packet, but for our companies as well. So we work with them in European projects. We are introducing our companies in the European consortiums to work with another companies and another entities of Europe. We promote the participation of our companies in investment rounds. We organize every year what we call an inspirational mission, which is we select a country, another innovative ecosystem that can be a model for our companies. And we work in order to organize a mission with European funds for our companies, and we go with our companies to discover another place. Last year we were in Japan. This year we go to India in October, and we select around 15 companies, and we go to discover another innovative ecosystem. And our entities, the university, the municipality, the regional government used to come with us, accompanying our companies. Well, and we also participate in the specific events to promote the internationalization, to help our companies to be more international. And focus in Europe, which is a very, very important line for us. We are now developing 12 European programs within the European calls, Interreg, Erasmus, Horizon 2020. Bueno, estoy todavía en la otra, but in which we are working with our companies in some sectors. And it is not here, but in the previous slide, we receive every year more than 100 delegations that are attracted to our model, and they come to the park to know us and to know our model. And finally, is a very visual, very visual image for you to know. We are working in those red areas that represent 211 cities in 77 countries of the 5 countries. And when I say that we are working with them, I mean that we are working in a very active way with those countries. So thank you very much. And in the coffee, we will have time to speak a little bit more. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here. I'm Pablo Alifano. I'm one of the chief executive officer of one of the companies that work here in the park. Is an international company. But in these few minutes, I would like to introduce what is called it, or what we name the Executive Club of the Malaga TechPark. Right? So Felipe was mentioning earlier about the pandemic. That was a difficult time for all of us. And at that time in May 2020, we felt the need to create a more formal structure of our collaboration that was part of this ecosystem that my colleagues were describing here in Malaga, right? So to create a more formal way to collaborate, to create synergies, to share best practices and to leverage them. So we decided to create that thing that was informally happening in this ecosystem. We decided to create as a way of Malaga Executive Club of the Malaga TechPark. So we name a president. Currently is Antonio Gomez Guillamón, who is also the CEO of one of the largest companies here in Malaga and very well known international Airtech, that is an aeronautic company. And with him, we defined certain criteria of the companies in order to be part of this executive club of the Malaga TechPark. Certain criteria in order to define those companies that were able to really make a change, to really work actively with agility to promote activities, not just for the members of this executive club, but also for the wider ecosystem of innovation and technology in Malaga. So according to that criteria, currently, we have almost 70 companies in this executive club out of the plus or over 700 that Felipe mentioned earlier that represent this Malaga TechPark. These 70 companies has presence and footprint in 5 continents, almost 170 countries, and 5.6 trillion revenue euros annually. So as you can tell, it's really the ones that are the core of the park. And with this executive club, we define different working groups. All these activities, as in the US, my colleague says pro bono. It's something that we do it really because of that spirit of collaboration and synergies. So we create different working groups that has been evolving with the time. And here we have the nice picture of the key actors of these teams. We define a group for women in tech that is led by Sofia Snider, that is also the head of Oracle here in Malaga. That is one of the oldest company here in the park, one of the oldest company here in the park. They are very active group where they promote the coaching, the mentoring activities, and of course the gender equality in the park. We also define a group for talent that is, as a tech park and in technology and innovation, talent is one of the critical things to be aware and to promote. So Tony and Nuria from Accenture are leading that group. And the different companies that belong to this executive club actually raise the hand to participate, collaborate, share ideas, not just to understand the current need of talent for these companies that again represent at the end of the day the wider ecosystem of Malaga, but also to anticipate which are going to be the needs for the future talent required in the park. I remember one of the last meetings, we were talking about the IMEC, and already thinking in advance which are the kind of talents to promote in the university that Javier will talk a little later, to promote it in different kind of education, executive schools, to create that talent or to re-skill or upskills those peoples according to the talent required. So it's a key working group. Then we have a working group for sustainability led by our colleague Pedro from TDK, another one of the large companies here in the park. So, and this group, intention and aim is to share the best practices, to leverage the best practices about energy sustainability, water sustainability, waste, so on and so forth. So they are very active to share those practices we can leverage in this ecosystem. We also have the ecosystem of the group of ecosystem. That is, again, is to strengthen the relationship within these companies in the tech park. So one of the activities, for example, we open the door to our companies. We have visited Google, we have visited Vodafone Research and Development, very interesting discoveries about the way the different companies are working, but from the inside. We organize a sport tournament and different events in order to celebrate and to create that community in the tech park. I will not forget about my group, that is visibility, but I will leave it for the last. We have also the group for, I will say, the culture, right? That actually Sonia represents. And as you may have seen in this first meeting, we have been talking about private and public collaboration as one of the key angles, and this executive part represents one of those key collaboration within public and private. Then about culture that Sonia actually was talking about, and I will mention now what this team is creating, and then the university that Javier will follow with the speak. And the cultural team organize different event and agreement with. We are lucky in Malaga to have many theaters, many museums. It's not just a city for tourism and a nice beach, but also a very cultural city. And I think it's one of the key distinctions of the city. So we have an agreement with the Picasso Museum, with the Thyssen Museum, with the Theater of Soho. You may not know the name, but the Soho Museum is owned by Antonio Banderas. I think after Picasso is maybe the more known Malagueñan outside Spain. And many other events in order to promote the culture of these companies in the ecosystem of Malaga. And last but not the least, the team that I'm leading, that is the visibility team, that is the easiest part because we just show what the rest are doing. So I know we promote also the park, the different event, and try to leverage, of course, what the rest of the teams are doing to make that publicity. So I think we are running out of time, but I squeeze in 10 minutes, so Javier has the next 10 minutes. Thank you very much again. It has been a pleasure. And
thank you. Now Ricardo Valle.
Ricardo Valle, sorry. Thank you very much.
Okay, I explained before a little what means Instituto Ricardo Valle Innovación, Innova, IRB. Unfortunately, the president is not here today, but tomorrow we have a video conference tomorrow evening, video conference with you, in order that they can explain in detail what means this foundation. But it's only to give you some idea, I was explained before, it's a place where the companies working together in order to develop common project. Here you can see the different, nobody see nothing. Bueno, pero es igual que yo termino. Okay, in order to complete this brief information regarding Ricardo Valle, I expect that tomorrow the president will be here in Malaga University, but Ricardo Valle born after the pandemic in 2021, 2022, and from that time we is developed a lot of programs, and I think tomorrow the president can explain you more in detail all this matter. And so, Lourdes, I think we can continue with the university, and tomorrow evening you can know in detail what means the Instituto Ricardo Valle.
Javier Lopez is the Director of the Innovation Office, Innovation and Technological Cooperation of Malaga University, which is located here in the park.
Again, hello. Good morning, everyone. Okay, is it working? Okay, so the University of Malaga is a very young university. We are only 50 years old, a little bit more than 50 years old. And, but we have been growing continuously in the last 50 years and putting a special focus not only on research but and teaching, but in the last couple of years on innovation, as Felipe explained before, after the creation of the office that I lead in 2024. So we offer, from a teaching point of view, we offer a high variety of programs, especially technical programs that we will show you later. And that has driven us to be leaders at the universities, among the universities in Spain, because of the focus on these technical programs together with the Malaga TechPark companies. We have a strong collaboration with them in order to develop our programs. And of course, what we have learned during the last years is that the collaboration with these companies in terms of preparing teaching programs is that there was a big gap regarding innovation. I'll explain to you later. So what's the potential that we have for the University of Malaga in terms of innovation, technological innovation? Let me give you some numbers. We have a total number of over 36,000 students with a whole community of 40,000, including faculty staff members and administrative people. And we have 19 different schools with 77 degrees and 70 bachelor degrees, and 77 master degrees. This is not just by chance that is the same number of bachelor and master degrees. But we also have 26 doctoral programs that are very important in the collaboration with companies when they want specialized profiles and skills from our students. We have in total 335 research groups. This is a huge amount of research groups, okay? And many of them are concentrated in what we call the research institutes, but not all the research groups are within the research institutes. Probably the three engineering schools that we have are those that are more in touch with the technological park in terms of the students and the skills that they have according to what are the needs of the companies. So in the total, the three engineering schools offer altogether 23 bachelor schools, and we have more than 7,000 students, and every year we have close to 1,500 students, and every year we have 742 graduates. So these are the numbers that we offer in terms of skillful people for the companies here at the University of Malaga. This is in terms of bachelor degrees, but we also have these figures in terms of master degrees. We have 16 masters in total with the three engineering schools, with more than 500 total students, 400 new students every year, and 200 graduate students at the level of master. As I was mentioning before, it's not only important to offer to the companies graduate students at bachelor level and master level, but also, well, here you can see with all the bachelor degrees that we offer with the three different schools. Not necessarily that you go through all these bachelor degrees, but it's just to have a feeling and to show they have a high variety of skills and specialization, even at bachelor level. I think this is what makes University of Malaga attractive for companies, because most of the skills that they are looking for or the need are provided by the university, not only as bachelor degrees, at bachelor level, but also we have these master degrees, okay? So as you see, also you can infer there's a good complementarity of the three different schools in terms of what we offer at bachelor degrees and master degrees. This is what situates us, the University of Malaga, one of the leading university in terms of technology skills that we offer to not only to companies in Malaga, but also companies all over Spain. I was mentioning before that it's also important to focus or to have a view of what we have at the doctoral programs. Okay, this is the evolution of the thesis defended in the University of Malaga during the last years. You can see we're constantly evolving. And sorry, that is in Spanish, but this is the list of the doctoral programs that we have. So we have 2,300 PhD students. This is quite a lot of students, and every year we have 238 new doctors in average. But if we focus on those careers or those topics that are more closely related to TechPark, we can find there the PhD programs on telecommunication engineering, mechanical engineering, mechatronic engineering, mathematics, chemistry, information technologies, electric energy systems. And in total, we have every year 55 very, very, very skillful doctors that can become part of the companies that we have here in Malaga TechPark. Only a few of them decide to stay at the university departments to become professors in the future, but a number of them are available to be part of the companies that we have in TechPark. So how to better exploit and maximize the UMA's potential with TechPark? Okay, let me tell you what's the context that we had during the many years. As Felipe mentioned, since the creation of the Malaga TechPark, there has been a very good and close relation among the university and Malaga TechPark. However, during all those years, the focus was mainly made on the training courses, on the cooperation on research projects, and also since 2015, on the Green Ray initiative for startups and spin-offs. But probably as experts of this 10-year committee of ISO, you are lacking their innovation. Also, we lack that, okay? And that's why we consider that at some point this became a critical issue, and that there was no, in this close relation with Malaga TechPark, there was no overall planning for innovation activities, joint innovation activities. This is what we realized, and we felt it much probably during the pandemic and just after the pandemic, that there was a need to increase the collaboration in terms of innovation, because there was not such collaboration in previous years. So at some point there was institutional support to universities to focus more on innovation, because in the Spanish law of science, the Spanish law encouraged and promote the innovation at the university level. But what is more important, that they offer an instrument that is the strategy of science, technology, and innovation. And in this strategy, the government especially emphasized the collaboration with the science and technological parks. And for us, it was quite easy to put the focus on innovation in this collaboration with the technological park, because we have been doing for years, but as I mentioned before, more focus on teaching and research, not so much on innovation, okay? And actually, this strategy, Spanish strategy for science, technology, and innovation, they focus not only on the work to collaborate, on the collaboration with the technological parks, but also with the innovation platforms. You can see here in the next slide a map of all the technological and innovation platforms in different sectors, industrial sectors that we have in Spain. So for up to this moment, the University of Malaga did not explore conveniently and deeply enough the collaboration with these technological platforms. And we have started doing this since the creation of the office that I lead now, together hand by hand with the technological park. So putting all this together is like we decided in June 25 to open the UMA InTech, the Technological Innovation and Cooperation Office. It was a decision made by the actual rector, Felipe, and one of the main points of this decision is that the office is in the same building or the headquarters of Malaga TechPark, what really contributes a lot for a daily collaboration in all terms of projects that we have. Okay, so tomorrow afternoon we have a session where I explain you with more detail what are the tasks and the work that we do at Malaga TechPark. But you can hear in this last slide, you can find a summary of what is the focus of the UMA InTech office. As you see, with a main devotion to everything related to innovation, that is where we have to put the focus. And that's what's also the reason for contacting Belém and joining this technical committee. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Javier. Belém, now we have time for a short coffee, 15 minutes, okay? And during the coffee break, of course, Felipe, Sonia, Pablo, Javier, myself can answer any questions. Thank you. Thank you. We will start at 10:30. Sorry, 11:30.